Hello, everybody! How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Alright. And remove that and minimize. Awesome, we're in good shape. Hello, family! How's it going? I'm excited to see you. Hey, Racing Fan, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Mew, hi, welcome. Glad you could make it as well. Not my precious country! Yeah, it's gonna be completely taken over. It's gonna be horrible. Hi, Cindy! Welcome to the Twitch side. Hey, Emily! Welcome to the live stream. Glad you could make it as well. We'll let a few more people trickle in here. Ah, yes. I can vibe to this. I missed you so much. Oh, we missed you too here at the family. Yeah, the last few days, let me turn this down just a touch so I can hear myself think. Last few days have been a nice break. It's been good, especially after, 25 hours of streaming in a row. It feels good to, like, take a step back and breathe. And just breathe. Got caught up on a couple things. Been doing a lot of 3D printing. Just been kind of vegetating for a little bit. It was good to have a break. It was good. Vinny Girl and I were super burnt out after the stream finished. We had a couple things we had to do after the stream finished, so we weren't able to go right to sleep. We actually had to take Hydra in to help him with his loose noodle. And so after we took him in, we crawled into bed at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening, and we were out. I slept until like 9 the next morning. It was brutal. It was really, I don't know about Finia Girl, but I slept for about 15 hours straight. And that was done. Hey, 2 months, Emily! Let's get a hashtag Emily in the chat. Glad to be with Finia Fu because you understand me and what I'm going through the past few weeks. It's told me the disability. I don't understand AI. You can always help me learn. Well, we're gonna be having some fun with it today. So, yes, I am, but you most definitely not garbage. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. I do appreciate it. Oh boy. How's Hydra? Hydra's doing okay. He's got his grit back, thankfully. It's just taking a little bit of extra time, that's all. There's some hydration. Awesome. Alright, I am excited. I am very excited for today. Now, this is something that I saw another streamer do, and I wanted to try it. What are we not playing? So we... This is something that I wanted to try for a while. This is using AI. Alright, we're gonna mute that so that I can think for a moment. But what we're gonna be doing today is we're going to be, you, chat, are going to be taking over North America. Specifically the US and Canada. You're going to be taking over the US and Canada. But I'm going to try to be a competing empire against you. So there's going to be like a few little ground rules here, and we're just going to have this game. And it's going to more or less be anything goes, as long as it's based in reality. So basically no pulling out wizards or, magic spells or anything like that. And to show you what we've got going on, I actually have Photoshop here. I don't know why it's not showing the image. Why are you not showing the image? What if I copy? Do I have to select all here? Convert to a normal layer? Oh, hello. Why is it not showing this? I'm allowed to use a club as a weapon, of course. Why is it doing that? I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe if I do display capture, it'll like, yeah, display capture it likes better. Okay, cool. All right. So, here's what it looks like. So, we're essentially going to be taking things over bit by bit. So, you all are going to pick a starting area. I'm going to pick a starting area. And the game, just a reminder, the game is Risk. Exactly. You're going to pick a starting area, I'm going to pick a starting area, and we are going to essentially work our way down into, until we've taken over everything. So, Nebraska, because it's in the middle. We have a Paris, unfortunately, unless you're talking like a Paris in like a town name in one of the United States. France isn't here. It's just the US and Canada. Give me California. Oh no, what did I walk into? We're starting small, chat. We're starting small. If y'all like how this turns out, we'll do a worldwide conquest, okay? But for now, we're starting with this. All right. So, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this. I need to adjust one thing here really quickly. Yeah. There we go. And then, sweet. Okay, cool. And then, obviously, underneath, we'll let it catch up here. There we go. Underneath, we've got Novel AI. Novel AI is going to be the one that actually tells us about how things will go down and if you take over or not. So this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So in order to make sure that this goes off without a hitch. Oh yeah, news about your soul link. Do tell. So to make sure this goes off without a hitch, we're gonna pick opposite ends of the country, or the continent, whichever you want to look at, to make sure things are okay. Can you do San Francisco? Yeah, technically we can do California here. San Francisco's right there, so we could do California. I know Racing Fans wants California, so we have 2 votes for California. We have 1 for Nebraska. I may have to step out from this challenge. No, that's okay. It's not much of a challenge. It's just you guys tell me what to do and we'll type it in. Beaver City, Nebraska. It's you all are going to work together is the thing. You all are going to work together. It's not each individual person gets something. You all are going to work together against me. And then I'm going to work against all of you. So let's see here. We're working together. I'm out. Oh, funny. Where's Finny Girl? She is taking a rest in the other room. She doesn't come on streams all that often. Because she's got other things she's got to do with her life. So I choose Beaver City because it's funny. Fair. Alright, so we will give California Girl. If I click... Oh, wow, that did nothing. Edit undo object selection. Am I gonna have to do this manually? I think I'm going to have to do this manually. Click selection. Alright. Let's do this. We are going to... Perfect. Alright, and then we are going to fill... Where's the paint bucket tool? Where's the paint bucket tool? And I want the paint bucket! Give me the freaking paint bucket! Absolutely love her hair. I know. It's amazing. It's not like chat plays. Not quite. Not quite like chat plays. I don't believe Mississippi and Alabama are combined into one state. No, they are not. They are separate. Alright, but you all want California to start. been trying to figure out Photoshop. I'm still learning Photoshop, okay? I'm still relatively new on this sort of thing. I like the more technical aspect of things and not like artistic. So this sort of thing makes it really hard for me, just mentally, to figure things out. No, I don't want to brush. No, just. Where do I click? How's it going, Patrick? Welcome to the live stream. Glad you can make it as well. Oh, that's a pen tool. Check media. Somebody know how to do this? It looked like it for sure. Yeah, it does. It does. That happens. Oh well. Paint is quick Photoshop. Photoshop for dummies. Well, poo-poo to the who's. Then it looks like I'm doing this manually. Brush tool. What? No, I don't want gray. Why does it give me gray? I don't want gray. What color do we want to do? We'll do red for all y'all. Why is this doing this thing, huh? Why is it gray? Why is it gray? Oh goodness. Okay, this is gonna be a pain. Expand the spot that has tools to the right more. Okay, oh, there we go. Is that... It sounds like they're having issues in the other room. Okay, is it this one? History brush? No. This music is very fitting for my incompetence here. Okay. Let's try with a new layer. Give me red! It's not that hard! Oh my gosh, why is this an issue? There we go, okay. Why is it... It's not wanting to change colors, people. I don't know why. Well, multitask chatting. Give him the help he needs, yeah, for real. Something broke. Yep, something has indeed broken. There we go. I had this all set up, and it was working before stream. Eyedropper. What if I do that? Can I pick a random color? No, I can't. Okay, that's not gonna work. Why? Why is this having so much issues? Why is this an issue? I hover over this. Californian output. Because I can fill the whole thing. Here's California, everybody. There you go, you have California. At what point will you learn that everything breaks on stream? Yeah, I know, for real. Press G. Gradient tool, what about... Oh, paint bucket, cool. That makes things a little bit easier. Well, at least the zoom works. There's California for y'all. We'll figure out colors in a minute. Oh, that was painful. Why is the color having so much issues? Alright. Where is... Gray is just what it's called. It's just the gray channel. Well, you all get California. Go to adjustments. That's helpful. Adjustments. Brightness and contrast. Levels, curves, exposure. Invert, polarize, gradient map, shadows, highlights, replace color. Let's go levels. Just all channels. Just give me all channels. Image, mode. Oh. Don't merge. Yay. I have the dumb. Oh, you all are amazing. You all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just gonna let you all stream, and I'm gonna head out this way. Oh, goodness. We did it. Now my eyes are screaming for help. Okay. Here, I'll turn down the red a little bit. I'll turn down the red for y'all. Is that better? Is that better? What was the correct solution? Image, mode, RGB color. Oh, goodness. I'm leaving the Tiltify link up a little bit longer for those who weren't able to donate, who might want to. Alright. There. Thank you. There we go. That's a good red. Now we need to come up with a name for your empire. What does chat want to call their empire? What was the problem? Is that you left it in grayscale? Yes. Yes, it was. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilistic. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, since you're over here, you have access to 3. So you have to do your conquest adjacent to everything and kind of grow outwards. I'm going to start... Oh, where should I start? You guys are doing a coastal state. The Joe Kingdom. Yeah, let's get some name suggestions. The more name suggestions, the better. My internet is slow and annoying. That is a-okay. Where do I want to start? Quick selection. Part of me thinks Maine. How hot is it in California? Right now, I have no idea. I think I will do... It's a good coastal... I think I'll do Virginia. Because that gives me access to quite a few. I could go to Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina. Coastal states are good and bad. Yeah, there's pros and cons to each of them. Oh, do I need to deselect? Not lasso. Object selection, zoom in here. Let me zoom. Thank you. Here we go. Quick selection. Shrink you down a little bit. Okay, it's lumping the Virginias together. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna count it as one. Cali was just a big lake once, so yeah, true. All right, I'm gonna lump the Virginias together. A lot of these states are gonna be small and they're gonna be hard to like put in a single bit. So just for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna have the Virginias together. And looks like DC as well. Or not. I guess the paint bucket is fine. I don't need to do the quick selection. Alright, well that makes my life easy. Alright. What if I just want... There you go. Fit on screen. There we go. There's the start of our empires. East has more population, so East would probably win. Well, we shall see what we shall see. If the East Coast is apt for war, then... yeah, probably. But if you all in California are going to absolutely take over everything like you guys do in normal life, then that's a different story. California has more nukes. Well, see about that. Alright, so let's get these empires going. Where's my text? Alright, we're gonna call red equals... We still haven't decided a name for y'all. We need to decide a name for y'all. Oops. Red equals Canada, blue equals US. No! Fictional empires, but a realistic scenario. Let's watch Finn try to text now and break. I've used the text before. I know how the text works. Acadia. We could just say... Oh. I don't know. Like, part of me wants to do, like, some sort of funny fictional name, and then the other part of me is like, Acadia's nice. Rote trying to change its size. I can change its size right here. We'll go 36. We'll make sure everything's highlighted first. 36. There we go. Loop it. Lope it. We will call you... we are chat, we are chaos incarnate. Who needs a name? All I say is I don't have any ideas for a name. Oh my goodness. The better California. We'll say Chaos Stan. Chaos Stan. There you go. You all are Chaos Stan. Congratulations. Red is Chaos Stan. Just chaos. 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 There we go, and we will, of course, make you red if we can. You know what? No, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far. Let's more text. And 36, and we are going to say blue equals. I should not be trusted. I'm residing from the Imperial. Okay, so now I gotta pick a name for my country. We'll say Fintopia. Fintopia and Chaos Stan. There you go. Chaos Stan and Fintopia. I like it. And then, of course, we have Hawaii here, who's going to be a third party, I'm sure. Can I give you a blue color code? Sure. Why? Getting Metopia vibes. Wait, no kidding. No kidding, that's a blue color code. Okay, can I punch in color codes? Sliders? No kidding. Okay, so it'd be 00, 00, 69. That is such a dark blue. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. It needs to be at least visible. Alright. Alright. Let's get started here, everybody. So, again, basic rules. Everybody starts with an army of some description. You can use your army once every other turn. So you can't just march into every single... yeah, it's a green... it's a green, exactly. But, you can't just march, into every single state and province, that you want. You have to, on occasion, make, like, deals with other countries, or try to research different things. Yeah, you can research special things for the AI to use in future aspects. I'm gonna have to set this out. My internet is way too slow for 0 reasons. Sorry to hear that. Province, fine, whatever. I can English. Okay, got a couple tacos here for later. And they're definitely making me very, very hungry. What is this drawing you're doing? So we are going to be. Let me tell you all. We are going to be working against each other to try to make the biggest empire we possibly can. And it's going to be very much chaos. We each get turns, and you get to do one thing on your turn. We punch it into novel AI, and depending on what the AI says will determine whether or not you succeed in what you are attempting to do. So, like, for instance, I will go first to show an example of what you can do. And then you all get to pick from then on out, when it's your turn, what you would like to do. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. So I will go first. Okay. So what I want to do... Let's see here. I think to make it easy, we need to reunite the Virginias. We need to reunite the Virginias, everybody. It's the only thing that possibly makes sense. So in order to do that, I think I want to not use my army. I want to instead kind of send them an ultimatum. I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send them an ultimatum saying, hey, I want West Virginia to become part of Virginia. Together we will be stronger. So, let us do just that. Alright. Okay, just making sure you can all see it. Read DMs. I'll make it quick. Oh, all the color codes? Nice. 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 Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is the Empire of Fintopia sends an ultimatum to is the UK part of it. We're practicing. This is the first time we're doing it, so we're doing it with the US and Canada to start with because there's plenty to work with and it's very contained. If it works out well, we're gonna expand to other parts. We'll do like a Europe one. We'll do like a worldwide one. Maybe some other like individual countries and things like that. I want to, or continents or whatever. I want to make sure this works and people like it before we do others. So this time around it's just the US and Canada. The Empire of Fintopia sends an ultimatum to West Virginia. Giving them the option to either to Oceania one, just Australia and New Zealand. That one could be actually very interesting because there's not too many places to fight over. And so it would be a lot of back and forth, and it would just be to determine who dominates the continent first. Giving them the option to either submit to the submit and join the Empire, or to face war. Hang on. Once upon a time. Once there was an empire, I can spell, by the name of Fintopia. They wanted to expand their border in North America. Ugly barnacle is so ugly that everyone died. The end. Yep. Once there was an empire by the name of Fintopia. They wanted to expand their border into North America. The Empire of Fintopia sends an ultimatum to West Virginia, giving them the option to either submit and join the Empire or face war. Let me go over to the sliders. Default options. We'll increase the randomness ever so slightly. Here we go. And the repetition penalty, just a little bit. Alright, cool. We'll see. Does my ultimatum work? And we will see. Here we go. Send. Due to how rich they are from oil drilling from other countries, the citizens would be safe no matter what happens, even if their capital is destroyed. So therefore, it would take a while for this country, before this country has no money coming out its mouth hole. Another reason why West Virginia decides on joining them is do one thing. Fintopian women just simply prefer men who wear tuxedos. I don't know about you, but it sounds like heaven on earth. If only they had that many came in here. What? Okay. Fintopia gets it. Fintopia gets it. We get the Empire. All right. West Virginia is ours. West Virginia is ours. Oh my gosh, that makes me happy. Oh goodness, okay. And that was just an ultimatum. I didn't even use my army. So I can use my army next turn. Alright, paint bucket. And... Whoa! Okay! Undo. Undo the paint bucket. Let's zoom in here. Oh, guess not. Okay. Edit, undo. We're gonna do this the hard way, aren't we? Right. Oh, come on. Now if I paint bucket, nope. Okay. Edit, undo. We're just gonna do this the hard way. Be able to brush size way down. Had to bully the state that left you during the Civil War. Yep, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. You are part of my empire now. I mean, they wanted to join. I just gave them an ultimatum. And they're like, alright, cool, I'll rejoin. Alright, we have West Virginia. Okay. There we go, that's the best. We also got this little handle there. Alright, cool. That makes me really happy. Alright, we are going to get on the screen. There we go. That is my empire now. So I have 1 point. That's how that works. I have 1 point. Let me go to text really quickly. Oh, delete. Okay, cool. Let's delete that layer. Could not... You can't fix it? Alright, well, cool. I'll do a separate points section. There we go. What? There's an error in the program. I can't even use text anymore. Good job. Good job, me. Oh wow, okay. Told you he would protect. There's a will, there's a way. Alright, just remember 1 point. I have 1 point. Oh, I could do it this way. I could do it this way. Breaking things already. That's what I'm here for, Miles. I break things because I can. Alright. Points. Fan 1. Chat 0, because this was turn 1, so don't read too much into it. There you go, there's your points. Photoshop, not the stream. Did it just crash? Oh, Photoshop, not the stream? No, Photoshop's fine. Because I can... Oh. I clicked on this! Yeah, see, I can do that. We're fine. Alright, your all turn, chat. You get to determine what to do next. So, what do you want to do? You are in California, So you can go up here to Oregon, you can go over to Nevada, or you can go over to Arizona. One of those three, and you can attempt to add them to your empire in some way, shape, or form, or you can try send in the nukes. Oh my gosh, you haven't researched nukes yet. You just have an army. That's all you have. So if you want to research nukes, you can research nukes in an attempt to try to research, like, to gain nukes, because gaining something like getting something out of like a research counts as a point for you. So if you end up getting nukes, you would get 1 point, and then you can use nukes, same kind of turn thing, once every other turn. Try to add Nevada. Okay, so we've got 1 vote for Nevada. What do other people think? What do other people think? I want to hear what everybody has to say first. Do. Oh, I got a notification here. I'm not seeing any other votes. Nevada. Okay, there's a vote for Nevada. Alright, I think it's gonna be Nevada, since I'm not seeing anybody else. So, are you wanting Nevada? Okay, are you wanting to send in your army, or do you want to try a different way of getting Nevada into your empire? Because you have your army to use, but once you use it, you can't use it next turn. Give them a gift. Ooh, that's unique. If you were to give them a gift, what would you want to give them? Let me over here. Money. Money! Alright, I'm gonna... Okay. A penny. Basically bribe them into... A single penny to bribe them into the empire. Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Okay. Let's make sure the settings are the same. Yes, the settings are the same. Perfect. 500,000. It's up to chat. A gift of money. How much do you want to give Nevada to join your empire? A single penny? 500,000? Or the entire reserve. There you go. Vote. Go vote. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be chaos. I'm all here for it. Alright, I'm gonna have to talk a while I wait. Well, you're actually being pretty reasonable. 500,000? Okay. Only 3 votes so far. I'll give it another minute. Alright. Looks like 500,000 is what you want to do. Last call. Any votes? Get them in now. Alright, calling it here. Once there was an empire named Chaos Stan who was looking to expand their empire. They reach out with an offer to Nevada to pay them $500,000 to join with them. Does that sound good to everybody? I want to make sure it's what you all want. Yep, alright. Here we go. The states agreed and joined the Chaos Stan Empire along with the other states of America. It seems they forgot about some things once they become part of the Empire. First thing to go is freedom. No more freedom of speech or worshiping as they please. After a while, these people recognize what's happened, so they try to get back on track by making a constitutional laws for the entire United States to follow. One day, there were some bad guys in Florida being really nasty and causing trouble. Okay. You do not get the entire United States. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. No. No. You get one. Yay, we win. We're gonna redo. We're gonna redo this. We're gonna redo this. But when they heard from the people in Nevada that the taxes would be increased by 200% in order for the government to maintain the solvent, they did not want to be any part of it and refused to go along. The emperor then moved on and tried to other states like Mississippi, California, and New York, but again, all three states turned him down, as well as the tax rate would double. He next attempted a military threat to North Dakota and Minnesota, threatening a massive war if they did not induce into joining forces by a peace treaty that required them to help defend his country against threats from the outside. Okay. Do you want to continue this story? We can continue this one on. This one sounds interesting. This is the only way, by the way, that you can get a disconnected empire, is if the AI gives you a disconnected empire. Oh, this is interesting. You want to see where this goes? You could get North Dakota and Minnesota. Alright, let's see. Again, this went nowhere, and he lost interest trying to expand further northward after meeting resistance at both of these points, since they had to also make their decisions based upon an understanding that taxes would need to increase greatly in order for the state's budget to have sufficient funds to keep up with the obligations. Next, they turn their attention towards Maine, who once thought about becoming a part of the Air Alliance. Their turn. In spite of several meetings over the years which they attempted to discuss things privately between just them and Maine, Maine has come back time and again saying that they would think long and hard before making a decision, since their personal liberty is important. It eventually turns out that they are successful enough even without Maine's aid. Their national prestige increases greatly due to other new allies coming online, especially Connecticut. You guys got Connecticut! All while keeping their defense expenditures low. After a couple hundred years pass, having learned much of how the world works through extensive networking within countries with high cultures, the Empire notices the rest of humanity finally agrees to become one nation with them under a more equal share system. 50% goes to the imperial government, 20% goes... Okay. I think we're going to cut it there. You all get Connecticut. Congratulations. You all get Connecticut. You wanted to get Nevada, and instead you got Connecticut. Good job. Good job, everybody. You did it. Well, I mean, I guess it could work. You go through, like, the Panama Canal, and then come around here. I guess that could work. Try paint bucket. Nope. No, it's not all you. It's not all you. Okay. There you go. Congratulations. You all got Connecticut. That is such a disjointed empire. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's funny to look at, but... Alright, my turn. Alright. I think what I'm going to do to clean up my border, I think I'm gonna go into Maryland. Yeah, I'm just gonna march into Maryland with my army. Yeah, I think I'm gonna march into Maryland with my army. Alright. Whoa. We just want a period. I don't want ... There you go. After the union between the Virginias, the Empire of Fintopia sets its sights northward to try to take over Maryland. The Emperor readies his army, and they rush over the river border into Maryland to start the invasion. Alright. Let's see how it ends up. However, someone decided to not only watch and see what happened, but also get involved. Story conflict? What? Oh, choose local. That's fine. However, someone decided to not only watch and see what would happen, but also get involved because he felt behind with all these changes. He decides to secretly help both sides. What? It is unknown whether or not he wants to destroy the Empire or together become the dictator himself. The main character in my story has nothing to do with him whatsoever. Oh well, my point still stands though. Regardless of what this person thinks, after this whole ordeal, everyone rushes back home except the evil dude. Okay, okay. No. We're gonna delete to there. Cause this actually sounds good. This actually sounds good to hear. But then it's like the AI starts talking in first person. I don't like that. So let's see how it works. However, someone decided to not only watch and see what happened, but also get involved. Because he felt behind with all the changes. Yada yada yada. Also known as Uncle Sam or simply President. We're gonna say President D. How about that? Let me explain how our story unfolds. Our first battle takes place near Washington, D.C., which results in a tie between the two armies after 3 days of fighting, 2 people dead, and countless casualties on both parties. This gives both sides enough time to regroup and plan things accordingly. We're off to After deciding on a new strategy, the Imperials advance their south and attack Baltimore! where the main bulk of troops lie at. We're talking around 30,000 Imperial soldiers and less than 200,000 loyalists in Baltimore. Okay. At this point, we can easily conclude that the Empire didn't expect such high casualties in their ranks. Therefore, they make one mistake during the assault and lose control of the city. But don't worry, we'll have another chance at redemption and defeat the evil Empire once again. 2 weeks later, the Empire tries to take Baltimore and send reinforcements to the capital. Things look hopeless for them now. Another defeat on top of last week's? What do you think they thought when hearing this news? Come on, we need a resolution. Was it surprise, fear, rage, denial? Nobody knows. However, our man decided to come up with a solution. Hack! While the Empire was busy attacking the east side of the city, he snuck out onto the west side to gather forces of the resistance and started taking out thousands of Imperial soldiers single-handedly. When the rest of the army came running to the east side looking for reinforcements, he took advantage of the distraction and defeated several more groups of them and slaughtered almost all units by noon! Oh my goodness. Although most of the city had already surrendered, many Imperial troops decided to retreat back to the capital under the cover of night. That's when it happened. The man woke up, dressed in his military uniform, and went outside to see the smoke rising from downtown. Quickly ran down the streets with this group, stopping here and there to fire artillery shells at oncoming Imperial trucks until they finally pulled off the road. By following day, the man returned to Washington to take care of some business, leaving the resistance alone to hold the city against the Empire. It's not sounding like I got it. A few months passed without any major incidents, however. A bunch of corrupt Imperial officers decided to revolt in the capital itself. Having nowhere to run, the people surrendered themselves to avoid any further bloodshed, are sent to live with relatives throughout the United States, or put in prison for crimes committed to uphold the Empire. After a few years, the man returns to visit with friends and family and accidentally stumbles across something very interesting. A huge building with Harden printed on the bottom. Okay, we're not going to worry about this part right here. Does that sound like I got it or not? Because to me, right here, it says the people surrender themselves. The people in Maryland surrender themselves and are sent to live with relatives throughout the United States. So it sounds like I've obtained Maryland. Did I get that or not? What do you think, chat? Chat's very quiet. I want to try this one more time during the weekend. Make sure it's okay. I think you got it. Maybe. I'll go ahead and say I got it. All right, chat. You get to think. It's your turn to think. I'll paint in. You now have 2 access points, though, which is very interesting, on opposite ends of the continent. What would you like to do? Oh, I forgot, I also get this little piece, because that's part of Virginia. Threaten Nevada. You want to do that with your army? Oh, that's a much cleaner border. I like that. So, technically, I need to update this. So you have 1, and because I just took that over, I have 2. So we have 1 for threatening Nevada. Alright, I don't see any other suggestions, so it might just be you right now, Racing Fan. We go to war. We overtake Nevada. Okay. So it looks like with Nevada refusing to join, y'all decide to take over. Alright. I say we forfeit and let Finn take all our land. Fair. With Nevada being crucial to the expansion of the Chaos Empire. I got some good news. Ooh. Have or will you try multiverses? Probably not. It is tempting, but probably not. We don't have a tiebreaker. Yay! Expansion of the Chaos Empire. The Chaos Emperor decides to invade it with their army instead in an attempt to take Nevada by force. Say hi to Angel, my cat. Oh, hi, Angel. Hi. Hello, hi. Who's a good kitty? Okay. Okay, with Nevada being crucial to the expansion of the Chaos Empire, the Chaos Emperor decides to invade it with their army instead in an attempt to take Nevada by force. Let's see how it goes. When he sends word ahead to give an advance warning for a military attack to occur within 7 days, they send the following message back. Dear Mr. Imperial Leader, we regret the misunderstanding about taxes. If you could reduce them to whatever amount we feel comfortable with, and promise never to raise them, maybe then some of our people will listen more closely before blindly agreeing to a foreign governmental policy agreement. For now, your proposal has been denied as it's not beneficial for us. Please know that we won't deter us from taking the rest of what you promised in any case. Angel says you're no longer your favorite streamer. Oh no! Without his, I don't really have an opinion. Fair enough. Fair enough, Mew. You just got shut down by Nevada! You just got shut down by Nevada! Let's see how this goes. As we do understand the gravity of the situation that faces us individually and collectively, I hope that we can cooperate somehow going forward. Also, we appreciate the fact that the money is ours and no one should ever try to change that or seize it. This was my idea that you all had misunderstood. We hope you feel this way despite how it may look to others who see our refusal to accept it publicly. You're always free to ask about things as needed, and there's nothing wrong with asking politely. Oh, this is great! This is great! You just got shut down! Like I said, we go to war. Okay, I'm gonna enter here and try to force it into... Okay, no. I don't want the message to just keep going. No. The Chaos Emperor sees this letter and goes into a fit of rage, commanding that the armies go into Nevada immediately. Okay, here we go. After reading this response 2 weeks later, he finally realizes why people are refusing to make agreements with him. He demands that every piece of property that is owned by any individual of this state must be seized and taken away for his own use. Instead of the state resisting, it gives up the last of its rights in exchange for living tranquilly by getting rid of most of its citizens, giving each of its remaining residents a single acre of land on which they can live quietly until they die peacefully, or leave the area completely to stay alive. Wow! You all are brutal! No. Alright. The armies follow his command and start the invasion of Nevada. Let's get to the invasion part, shall we? I just want to know whether or not this happens. This is the last reroll we're doing of this. However, on the day of the attack, a band of Americans fights through the invading force in their home state of Nevada and manages to take the Chaos Stand troops active. You just lost your army! One soldier comes forth and says that this must stop here today, that their fellow American soldiers who did not choose to fight on their nation for the nation overseas, but only wanted to preserve their homeland from the unwanted takeover by foreigners, cannot continue to do battle any longer, nor must they risk dying as part of legal action. There is a general assembly where everyone involved listens attentively. Oh my gosh. Finally, it becomes clear that every single person present agrees that the Empire should retreat and cease hostilities at once in exchange for amnesty under their constitution, with all assets returned to rightful owners and nobody harmed. The leaders agree, although they still wonder why someone took matters into their own hands with such a strong show of strength. They decided this must be a sign of desperation from the invaders rather than something more proactive, like a reasonable response. All they want now is for the Chaos Stands to withdraw peacefully. When told they refuse to do this, they respond that there would be no compromise given. Oh my gosh. I think you all lost the war. I think you all just lost the war there. Let's do one more here. War would proceed until victory. Oh, never mind. War would proceed until victory, and this time they would not relent. By midnight, the two sides have settled into a stalemate, with each side suffering great losses in men, ships, and even aircraft carriers. In the middle of the Nevada desert. Okay. Destroyed by nuclear missiles. You guys have nukes. You have nukes. That's a point for y'all. You all have nukes now. So you can use nukes from the ground to sink the fleets quickly. Despite casualties being equally high, there would be no turning point until the Emperor of Chaos Stand sees the wisdom and agrees to stop fighting immediately. After 4 weeks of battling on land and sea and losing considerable lives, the agreement for cessation of hostilities is reached. Okay, so you got nukes, but you didn't get Nevada. You got nukes, but you didn't get Nevada. So, sorry, y'all. But you got nukes. Alright, well, it doesn't like this. I'm not a part of this situation. Okay, well, it's my turn. I used my army last turn. I kind of want to choke you in New England. Because if I can get up there and cut you off in New England, then I can expand freely again without worrying about you all trying to cut in. So I think I'm going to expand. There's a stalemate where they either surrender or get nuked. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to go to Pennsylvania. And try to get Pennsylvania on my side. Alright. We'll call this one Fintopia. And we'll call this one Chaos Stand. There we go. Now they're two separate stores. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright, Fintopia. We should try to get New York. That could be interesting. Because you are next to New York. I'm gonna get Pennsylvania. With Maryland firmly under the Empire's control. Fintopia focuses on getting Pennsylvania under its control. Threaten the Big Apple with nukes. Good idea. I approve. Alright, Fintopia focuses on getting Pennsylvania under its control. Let's see here. We need to... What? That's not what I wanted. There we go. Alright. Fintopia focuses on getting Pennsylvania under its control. It sends a strongly worded letter, since I can't attack with my army, sends a strongly worded letter to Pennsylvania showing, using the recent attack on Maryland as a demonstration of force in an attempt to get them to surrender peacefully. There we go. With Maryland firmly under the Empire's control, Fintopia focuses on getting Pennsylvania under its control. It sends a strongly worded letter to Pennsylvania using the recent attack on Maryland as a demonstration of force and an attempt to get them surrender peacefully. Even though it says otherwise, the letter basically is a declaration that they want to take over Philadelphia, which leads us to present day, in which a new rebellion has begun against the current government, mainly consisting of former slaves in the South. Okay, now it's getting into Civil War. Yeah, we're just re-roll that entirely. Of course, nothing comes of it since those weekly will. Whoa! No! I have that turned off. I have that turned. Okay. There we go. Try again. No answer comes back for quite some time because they're having fun being the richest state on the East Coast. One night, Pennsylvania received a mysterious text message telling them to lay down their arms and pay homage to Emperor Hackington. Many panicked residents refused and continued resisting. During this event, Pennsylvania is invaded with hundreds of armored cars carrying Imperial troopers and tanks. I have tanks! They bombard and pillage the cities within our borders until nothing remains except piles of corpses, ashes, and burned buildings. All members of the resistance are captured, tortured to death, or simply executed on the spot. I got Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh. I got Pennsylvania. Okay, but I have tanks. And Pennsylvania. I got 2 points that round. Oh, not 5. 4. There we go. I got 2 points that round. But you did get nukes. Wow! Okay, well. So, not only did it allow my army to fight again, I'm giving you a stalemate. Surrender or get nuked. You can attack states that I have if you are adjacent to them, landmass wise, and then it could really get all sorts of crazy. But for now, I'm avoiding Delaware for now. I don't have that part of I don't have that part of New York. Alright, cool. If yes, we go to war with New York. Either way, the Big Apple is joining us. Did New York reject our offer for money? Yeah, and technically you guys can't use your army unless you can get the AI to do it, because you lost in you lost your army in Nevada. So I think we have to force New York to join us. So right now you have to do something not like you have to do something in a different way. We give him a stalemate. Yeah, you do have nukes. You could, you didn't. While you did use your nuclear warheads against Nevada, that was the first time you learned about them. So you can use them this turn, but then it's every other from then on out. So you can use, you can threaten someplace with your nukes if you want. Maybe a bigger bribe. You could. Let me zoom back out. I love how we're focusing on the US and we don't have borders with Canada yet. I'm not doing any sort of planning. Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's the fun part, isn't it? I love how my landmass is still smaller than your guys's. I probably have more people, but your landmass is definitely smaller, or definitely larger. We can do is they can get 1 million or threaten. Yeah, you can threaten with your nuke. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that for y'all. I think that's reasonable. All right. After the loss, in Nevada, the Emperor is full of rage. He needs more powerful allies on his side. In order to complete his conquest of the North American continent. I hope you know I'm going to war over Alberta. Well, I could always try to reach my influence over there first and beat you all there. He sends a demand to... We're going to war. Oh, that war would be a bloody war. He sends a demand to New York. Accept $1 million. And cede the land to and give their land to the Empire, or face the threat of nuclear bombs. There we go. Let's see how this goes. He sends a demand to New York, accept $1 million and give him the land to the Empire, or face the threat of nuclear bombs. Once again, America refuses an unwavering stance. This only makes him angrier when he realizes that unlike these fools in Nevada, they don't seem to care much if they live or die since all their wealth was taken away during the war anyway, so they didn't lose anything anyway. It's a shame, really, because some of these Americans were good enough soldiers and generals prior to the annexation process and might make up for themselves once back in charge of returning to the country. This time, however, it seems like the Emperor isn't going to take no for an answer, but wants something done much sooner to get what he wants, especially as America appears to be uncooperative and out of line. How's it going, Easy? Welcome to the live stream. Let's see. With less options available for those who prefer not to have nukes fall from the sky over the country, one officer volunteers to attempt another effort to find a better solution in the end of the conflict. To ensure that he stays safe during this mission, the Emperor orders that anyone he sends out into the field receive additional protection via 3 elite bodyguards with stealth bombs strapped to them. They infiltrate New York City and locate the senator in Washington who supposedly made a deal with the governor of New York and gives them his word not to cause any trouble while in America. While he doesn't agree to help, Senator Clarence Darrow does allow their escort to stay and asks who sent them along, as well as who to report to in the Castanian Empire. Their secret is revealed, and the Emperor takes further action by ordering that they return home on the next flight out with the bill up for the ticket being paid by his government. He's delighted with the success of capturing yet another key ally! You guys just got New York! Let's see here. Willing to negotiate without hesitations while sacrificing nothing himself. A perfect pawn in his empire's military strategy. Wow! Wow! Okay. Then you all just got New York. Who did? You guys. So it's chat versus me. You guys are in red, I'm in blue. Owen Wilson. Wow. Alright, and technically that gives you a border into Ontario. So you can be the first ones. You can be the first ones to take over. Take over parts of Canada if you really want to. That's crazy. And then you all get Long Island too. All right, impressive. You all just got New York. All right, chat. Congratulations is another point for you. Wow. Okay. And fit on screen. Perfect. That's what the empires look like right now. I like how you started in California and you just immediately went to Connecticut and New York. Alright, we've been cut off to the north. I could go over to Ohio if I want to avoid conflict with y'all. But I have my army back. Texas and Alaska. Technically, West Coast, if anything on the West Coast can take over Hawaii, so you technically could go over to Hawaii as well. What do I want to do? Ohio would be actually a really good play. Because then I could sneak up to Michigan. And I could potentially work my way into Ontario. That way. It's a little bit of a roundabout way of getting into Ontario. But I could do it. Or I could just work my way south. I have all that extra... I have all the states down there. Or I could just take over New York from y'all. If I take over New York from y'all, that's a 2-point swing. What's the state above the left red? Oh, that's Oregon. That's where I live. So you've got California. That's right here. This is California, and then if this is the state that you're talking about, this is Oregon right here. Good to know. Yeah. So that's Oregon, and then Washington, British Columbia, Yukon Territory, Alaska. We made Oregon in stream distance. No. It's just me. It's like, no. Just oh, wrong thing. Here we go. Here we go. Ah. No. That would be funny. That would be hilarious. Okay. I think good stream, everyone. I think the move here for me. Yes, honestly, I think the move here for me is to take Tennessee. So I have this little connection right here into Tennessee. If I can get this, I basically will border all of these states right here, plus these states, and these states which I haven't touched yet, New Jersey and Delaware. So I'd have all these states under my belt, and direct influence, and I'd have direct access to westward states like Arkansas, which would get me into Texas, and Missouri, which would get me into places like Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Illinois. That could be really beneficial. Right here, Oklahoma. Yeah, getting Tennessee could be a good move. Kind of expand westward. Since you all cut off my northward march, I think the best move is to start moving west and try to get as many states in a direct connection to my empire. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's see how it goes. All right. Satisfied with the takeover of Pennsylvania. Fintopia focuses westward. There we go. The army, the Fintopian army, the Fintopian army lines itself up with the border of Tennessee and rushes in, starting a full-on invasion to try to get Tennessee to join Fintopia. Alright, let's see how it goes. While they march towards the border, their commander makes a decision to cross through Kentucky and skip a few states on his way. Since he knows about their military prowess. Upon reaching Kentucky, our main character gets another job for us. He receives a mission for the Resistance to raid a heavily guarded warehouse near Fort Knox. If successful, they'll be able to rescue the head of the Resistance, who has been imprisoned there ever since the takeover began. Wait, I have Kentucky? For some reason, though, there's no one present in the facility anymore. I have Kentucky? It just gave me Kentucky? Alright, let's just keep going and see here. And why would there be? People have all been killed and detained to keep them away from the base. Apparently not even the regular garrison survived. Only a handful of troopers guarding the facility itself. Even given this information, our protagonist decides to go inside. On top of that, his commanding officer is given the command of the raid due to his exemplary performance. In order to prepare ourselves for battle, I've included a video explaining how what each troop can do. Okay. Alright, we're going to delete all this. Start fresh. We're invading Tennessee. Not knowing what's going on, they begin mobilizing their forces, which resulted in an overwhelming amount of resistance from Tennessee. Eventually, they managed to subdue the resistance through guerrilla warfare tactics, but only for a short period of time before the rebels struck back with vengeance. First, a few towns were taken down, then later a few cities were bombed with nerve gas. I have nerve gas! Causing mass casualties, destroying half the towns and killing most of the population. With no way forward anymore, the commander ordered their army to withdraw back to Virginia and let the fate be the judge of who would conquer Tennessee. In Virginia, there's growing tension between them. Okay. Alright. So I just wanted the end of that thought. So does that mean I have Tennessee since I completely wiped out the population? I killed most of the population. And it said I did have... I subdued the resistance. Like, I don't know. Does that mean I have it? I at least have nerve gas. Give the mission 25 minutes. It means you killed them, yeah. How's it going, Alpha? Tennessee, you're bullying the poor state of Tennessee. Yeah, well, here's the reason. Boom. I'm trying to add it to my empire. So I have nerve gas, at least. I have tanks and nerve gas. Can I reread the entire paragraph? Yeah. There we go. Not knowing what's going on, they begin mobilizing their forces, which result in an overwhelming amount of resistance. Eventually, they manage to subdue the resistance through guerrilla warfare, but only for a short period before the rebels attacked. First, a few towns were taken down, then later a few cities were bombed by nerve gas. Mass casualties, destroying half the towns, killing most of the population. Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Thank you for letting me know. I need to fix that webcam border. There we go. Alright, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. This is intense. I'm surprised how intense this is. I mean, it doesn't help that, like, war that's going on. Super confusing. The wording is confusing. Who took down the towns and cities with the nerve gas? I know, right? I'm assuming not the resistance, because it didn't mention the resistance having it. I'm assuming it's talking about the main character being, like, part of Fintopia. That's what I've been assuming this whole time. We could also just re-roll it. We could just, like, we could just delete it and start fresh and see what happens. Get to see all these branch timelines. I think let's do that because the wording is so weird. Let's reroll. It says that with no way forward, the army is ordered to withdraw back to Virginia. I know that's really weird. But it said leave to fate. Who conquers it? So it almost wasn't like a complete fight. Alright, I'll re-roll it. Its capital is located just beyond the mountains, so it'd be best way. Invading, however, before doing so, this large partisan army northward to surround Columbus, Ohio, home of the freedom fighters, so none of them could escape. By the following month, they break through the western front in Georgia, while the eastern half attacks Atlanta. As the Navy and Air Force are attacked simultaneously, Columbus falls by July. After gaining ground rapidly, the Navy begins to wipe out air forces and they bring aircraft carriers to battle. Alright, I don't get Tennessee. Well, I just got Columbus, Ohio. I just got Ohio. Clearly, I got Ohio. Clearly, I got Ohio here. You get Ohio, yeah, that's what I thought. I won't count the nerve gas. I'll just because that's an alt timeline now, so I'm still at 5. But I get Ohio. I get Ohio. All right. Alrighty. Here we go. I'm getting Ohio, everybody. Yay, I got Ohio. Ohio is part of the empire now. Alright. Got a nice long border with, I think this is Lake Ontario? No, this is Erie. This is Erie right here. Lake Erie. This is Ontario right here. Alright. So I get Ohio. It's not quite the plan I had for Tennessee. But the fact that they went northward into Ohio instead of going south into Tennessee confuses me. And then they went to Georgia too, which is all the way down here. We're gonna send a letter to Ontario asking them to join. Ooh, okay. Just flat out asking. That would give you full control over Niagara Falls. And over whatever the lake this is. That would be very, very interesting. That would give you access all the way to Minnesota. Holy cow. Because that gives you access to Michigan and Minnesota. So you could skip all this over here and then like cut me off. Oh my gosh. Like here's what that looks like. So you've got all this area here. Oh, you can't see. You've got all this area here. So you would take over Ontario. That would give you access to Minnesota. And you could cut down into Minnesota. You'd also have access to Michigan as well if you were able to get Ontario on your side. That would be very interesting because then you could like cut me off here if you really wanted to. Just go straight south all the way down to Louisiana. Okay, this is You get Ontario. That's big. I would have to like rush. Time to pull up nukes. You already threatened with your nukes last turn. You can't use your nukes again this turn. But you have your army. You have your army, but you don't have your nukes. Oh, this is getting to be very interesting. We bribe them. When that fails, we nuke. That's what you did last turn! We have a couple turns until Ontario's a threat. Send in the troops full on attack. We don't really have much of a consensus right now for y'all. What do y'all want to do? Because you have California, that's where you started, and then for some reason you jumped all the way over here to Connecticut and then New York. You could also try to take over Rhode Island, a little tiny state here, Massachusetts, or Vermont. You could also do New Jersey. Box them in and blast them to pieces. I'm liking my empire. It's nice and in one piece. We can't upset Ottawa, guys. Surely. Go south towards Florida. Well, I mean, Florida's over here. You have to be connected to your empire. The only reason why you have this disconnected thing is because the AI gave you Connecticut. Just like how the AI, I was attacking Tennessee and it gave me Ohio. So... I felt bad for us and gave us Connecticut. Yeah, you've lost to Nevada twice. And work your way down to Florida. Yeah, you could. You'd have to punch through my empire, though. Is the thing. You'd have to punch your way through my empire. Either that, or you could go across Arizona. Like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, into... Ask Ontario first. All right, you're going the polite route. You have your army. Do you want to threaten with your army? Lagging every 3 seconds. Fun. Take the West Coast in full. Just go straight up the Pacific Coast. Only if they refuse. Okay. Well, we'll see what the AI says. All right. Grateful to have New York on their side. Chaos Stan. Chaos Stan. Chaos Stan. Chaos Stan sends a letter to the is it a province or territory? Ontario. I'll just say a letter to Ontario, Canada, in hopes to gain more land quickly. They threaten chaos threatens Ontario, requesting they join the Empire or face a full attack ready to launch at their border with New York. Alright, here we go. The message is not well received, and instead taking heed, the province of Ontario declares itself independent! Wow, continuing their fierce resistance into the intruding forces. In a last-ditch effort, the Emperor deploys additional resources in the form of warships to be deployed off the shores of North America. Knowing what the implications are, Congress calls upon their representatives and senators to declare independence from the Empire should this happen. While other countries may fear a clash between two superpowers, America is desperate to remain united under its flag forevermore. Okay. Does that mean Ontario's independent now? No. We're re-rolling this for y'all. A large coalition of Canadians disagree and vow that they will never surrender any land whatsoever, let alone to the Empire, which has shown little interest in saving the people against the Cascadia Rebellion. Okay, I'm gonna have to put that in there now. And only bothered to take notice when Toronto was lost already. You guys already took Toronto? Without any desire to see an alliance between the Empire and their neighbors, they propose sending their best men into the Empire itself to lead successful attacks against those responsible. Instead of being required to pay them for their efforts, Canada pledges to share its technology with them in order for the rebels to become fully capable of defeating the Empire without their participation. Okay, so that's just backstory. You all just got Ontario. You all just got Ontario. But there's something else that we have to do. Cascadia. Cascadia is a thing. So for those of you who don't know what Cascadia is like a proposed union should like the United States crumble or whatever between Oregon and Washington. I think in some cases it's also Idaho, but it's like a fictional thing. Where they just become a country together. So technically, I have to create Cascadia now. So let's... So I actually have to remove this border right here. There you go. Cascadia is a thing now. How's it going, Moises? You get free healthcare and you get extra protection. It's not that bad. Ontario already has free healthcare. It's called Canadian healthcare system. Alright, well, you all get Ontario. Congratulations. A lot that I'm gonna have to fill in here. Can I do it this way instead? Okay. Well, looks like we're doing this the hard way. I just have like a third edge. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'll work on borders in a minute. We'll cover the lake. Okay. Alright, stream has been frozen for a solid 30 minutes. Oh no! Expansion. I will say I'm very impressed with your resilience. Your empire just got really scary. Like really, really scary. Alright. I think that's right. I don't think I have the exact borders correct, but... I got as close as I can with a painting, coloring brush tool. Alrighty. Cool. Chaos Dam begins to test some of its nukes. However, one misfires and strikes the city of Portland in the heart of the Cascadia. No! My lag is really bad. I'm sorry to hear that. It's just... What? I get nuked? Ah! I love doing that. Alright. Well. 'Tis a sad day. Just thinking. Okay, fair. I mean, the thing that makes it really scary for me is that now that these are combined, if you attack in, you get both. And that's 2 points. Because technically it's Washington and Oregon. So this is really, really scary. I mean, look at this map. You now have access to more or less all of Canada. You've pretty much cut me off from Canada. Unless I attack into Ontario and get Ontario for myself. Like, that's scary. That's really, really scary. So, I have Ohio now. If I get Michigan, I can cut you off from getting at least some of the states. But I feel like I need to go west. It has become less of a want. Ohio is useless. I mean... See, here's where I'm at. I want to go westward. Because I'm cut off to my north right now. By you guys. We should totally join in California and our Eastern Empire and then take Canada. Yeah, honestly, if you somehow like go up here and make like a little connection like that, then your empire's all connected. Instead of having like this weird enclave of California. But if I march westward, I can if I can just keep going. I have all these states right here. 3 points, basically. I don't think I'd be fast enough to cut you off at, like, Manitoba. California's our fallback. Yeah, quite literally, you have, like, a fallback. Even if I take everything that you have over here, you can still march your way east. Or north, for that matter. I really wanted to try to get into Canada first. You guys are scary. Like, you are actually legitimately scaring me right now. Honestly, probably the fastest way would be to go Tennessee, Missouri, Nebraska, because that would give me access to Wyoming. Yeah, if I go like this, kind of on a northward trajectory, I can kind of have this like slice straight through the continent. And the only reason I would do Tennessee is so I'd have easier access to these southern states. I need Tennessee. I need to try to get back. I did the army last time. I have tanks though. I have tanks. So I can roll in. I can roll into Tennessee with the tanks. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll into Tennessee with my tanks from Virginia, and try to take Tennessee again. All right, let's see how it goes. After having taken Ohio, the Empire can focus, or hang on, I'll say Fintopia can focus its attack more fully on Tennessee. It rolls in its heavy duty tanks in an effort to grab the state in full. Utopia rolls in its heavy duty tank. Okay, here we go. In an effort to take the state by full. Their army doesn't fight too well, though. They run into some resistance, but eventually gain control of the majority of Tennessee, which is difficulty. Let's go! Now in charge, Fintopia decides to unite the three southern states of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee under its thumb for easier occupation. With most of the U.S. controlled, all that's left is Florida win over where the freedom flag. Okay. We will delete all the extra stuff. There we go. So we will remove all that. So it is just this far, right here. Already doesn't fight too well though. They run into resistance, but eventually gain control. Majority of Tennessee with much difficulty. So I got Tennessee. I like it when it's that simple. Okay. So let's go ahead back to Photoshop. Speedy, welcome to the live stream. How are you? Glad you could make it. Alright. So we'll go to the brush here. And we will run into Tennessee. Zoom. Alright, so I have Tennessee now. That is very, very helpful. Did we technically use our army last turn? Let me check. Because you just threatened them with your army. Yes, you did. Toronto was taken. They disagreed, said they wouldn't surrender any land. Yeah, and then there was a tax. So, you all used your army last turn, so unfortunately, you won't be able to use it again this turn. But you have your nukes back, so you do have your nukes. So the blue is my empire, red is yours. We nuked them. You were very trigger happy tonight, aren't you, Mew? But oh, I got Tennessee. That means I do get an update. Hey, Night Danny, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. We can just nuke instead of march. Yeah, exactly. Try to influence Cascadia to join us. That would catch you up entirely. That's 2 points. That's 2 value points right there. And you can just take the West Coast entirely. Well, the contiguous U.S. West Coast. That's not including Alaska and Hawaii. That's not including British Columbia. So I lost my soul link today. I need others to feel pain. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So it looks like. Do you want to nuke Cascadia and take over? Or do you want to like just try to be polite about it and try to get them to join? Influence Cascadia to join or risk being destroyed by this. I can do that. I'll type that in for you. Let's see how the AI handles it. Alright. Chaos Stan notices the Union of Cascadia and attempts to convince them to join, threatening them with nuclear annihilation. Make sure I spelled that right. To destroy them, because that's fun. I know, right? Threatening them with nuclear annihilation. If they refuse. There we go. Hearing this, the city is packed and many brave men stand shoulder to shoulder making oaths to defend their home ground. With everything they have left before following a historic trail set long ago, they swear to join forces and fight off the Empire's advances alongside others willing to do whatever it takes. At the same time, Chaos Stand finds it impossible to send troops directly into the city due to the considerable amount of firepower surrounding both them outside and inside. So instead, a drone is flown straight through the defenses in hopes to sow some chaos amongst their army. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see where this heads. The leader of Cascadia wonders how they are going to do anything about their situation until they realize they could just call upon an aid of an old friend now under the control of the Empire who's been watching for just such an opportunity. The group learns of one of the other provinces who successfully helped them liberate their fellow citizens early on. Using a recently acquired high-caliber rifle, they find several opportunities within the ranks to load explosives onto the different soldiers as they move throughout the lines. Within hours, there's nothing left standing besides the remaining pockets of survivors desperately trying to flee the advancing tide of overt. Oh, couldn't connect to the AI. Okay. Before the advancing tide overtakes them, as the sun begins to rise, news travels across the streets of Toronto, revealing that the rest of Ontario has suffered the same fate, no longer has the means or resources necessary to fend off the encroaching flames, and no one else left to turn to support. They resign themselves to pray for mercy. By the time they come to terms with reality of the current situation, Cascadia announces they finally found the last of the Canadian provinces to make amends and ask for help. Oh, come on. Okay, we already knew all this. I think it's time to re-roll, unfortunately. Reroll. Oop. President Cascadia refuses at first due to the constant human sacrifice involved for the army's weapons development. After many threats and warnings issued by the Emperor, she finally finds that her people need to stop giving in to the demands. Her personal secretary is able to convince her of the worth of joining forces rather than dying nobly. He assures the president and other officials that only 2 million humans are needed every year to make sure this keeps happening indefinitely. These humans can be enslaved and used in various ways without raising any injection to prevent any harm. I think you just got that. Having a bit more luck now, Chaos Stand begins to work harder. Push other countries such as Puerto Rico and Brazil, having established that both territories could have been theirs in years past, had there been stronger alliances between previous leaders. Fearing the future more than the present, both governments agree to go along with the Emperor in exchange for certain guarantees regarding their own nations and citizens, hoping to secure a peaceful existence. While on his way back for successful negotiations, General Gevorkian meets with his staff to discuss his plan for upcoming invasion of Florida. Okay. Not only did you just get Cascadia, but you also got Brazil and Puerto Rico? I mean, it's not on the map, it's not going to count towards your point, but you got Cascadia. Alright. We'll delete the Florida one since you're not able to attack Florida. Holy cow, bro's speedrunning a chapter book. I know, right? We mega expanding. Extra credit. Well, to be fair, that gives you 2 points. That gives you 2 points. We're tied. Oop, lag. Yeah, you are much, much bigger now. Here's the map. And you just got these two. That means you just took me over. You now control me, chat. I mean, not that you didn't already, but... Go. End the stream, and yep, there it goes. Here we go. Here we go. I'm guessing Paint Bucket hasn't been the best. No, because every single time I do Paint Bucket now, it colors the whole image. Your research, you can never be too careful. Swap out Pokemon when you can. You use AI for swap out Pokemon. Oh, yeah. The things you've learned. So what we have learned, life's to know and life's to grow. Okay, there's the map now. You control the entire west coast of the US, more or less. Go to the first layer and try to use the paint bucket. You mean this one? Let's say Texas. Well then. Not that it matters all that much, okay? Haha, whoopsies. Yeah. Whoops. What's great is I can turn off this layer, and it shows what our empires look like. It's actually very interesting. Alright, really quickly, I'm gonna take this color and paint this thing a little bit more. Anyway, well. Okay, your first layer is the map, so it's the only layer it'll fill. Well, okay, well then let's just do it this way then. Fill. I don't have Pennsylvania though. I don't have Kentucky, okay? There we go. Let me remove Kentucky from my grasp. It's not gonna be perfect. Actually, if I go edit, undo, I turn on this layer. Then I can do that. I'm making this too complex. I'm making this too complex. There we go. And then I'll just painstakingly... Oops. I'm gonna make this work, okay? I just painstakingly do this. We're gonna fix this. Alright, paint bucket. Fill it, baby. There we go. Fill that. Perfect. My empire is full. Looks glorious. Now let's do yours. Turn that on. Grab. Paint bucket. Switch off layer visibility. So you have all that. You have New York. You have Connecticut. You have Ontario. Oh, that's much cleaner. That is so much cleaner. Can you send me the blank map? Yes. Lemonade from vending machine is a good super potion. All this stuff's. Let me send it into you right now, as a matter of fact. There we go. Oh, wrong person. Oh, wait, no, right person. There you go. Alright. And then there's one thing I want to check. What is this? Oh, that's the Ahsoka. Okay, gotcha. I had a 3D print of Ahsoka Tano. I was gonna print. Alright, that is very impressive. We're 2 hours into this, and you've taken over so much territory. It's ridiculous. Wait, doesn't... I think Ontario has this island too. Now you get it. There you go. Enjoy. Dot. How does this even work anyway? So essentially, here's how it works. I'm the Empire in blue. You all are the Empire in red. The goal is to, you know, take over and stuff like that, and to try to be the biggest empire out there by the end of the stream, whenever that's going to be. If you guys stay here and you keep interacting and whatnot, the stream will go on for a little bit. If not, we'll probably put a pin in it and come back on a different stream. But essentially, you can only attack neighbors that are directly adjacent to you, but you can get neighbors, or you can get resources on opposite. Like, you guys started in California, and you tried attacking Nevada, but for some reason the AI gave you Connecticut. So if that happens, you know, you get Connecticut. You know, you get whatever the AI tells you get. For me, like, one time I attacked Tennessee, but it gave me Ohio first. And so I got Ohio, and then I attacked Tennessee and got it the second time. You have an army, like both sides have an army and whatnot, but you can only use it every other turn. So you're forced to try to use different things to change things up a little bit. And then you also have resources. Like, you guys have nukes and I have tanks. So it's been chaos so far. This would be a cool board game. It's pretty much Risk, but it's got a lot more into it. It's like Risk meets Civilization is kind of what I'm thinking. And then it's the AI that's determining what's happening is essentially what it is. I have more about ending at 10 seems fitting. The top 10 things I learned while doing a Soul Link. But yeah, it is... Because you all just got Cascadia, right? It's my turn. Alright. I really feel like I should expand east, or west. I feel like I should expand west. The map file makes your stuff grayscale. Yeah, I know, right? That's the problem I had. Because I didn't switch it myself. It just made it grayscale. Well, now You already tried to take Kentucky illegally. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was just trying to figure out settings on here. Though taking Kentucky would make nice borders. I'm all for border gore. So maybe next stop should be Missouri. That would give me full attack onto Nebraska. Wait, you guys have control over me, don't you? Here. I gotta do something then really quickly. Undo. Undo! Undo! Here we go. Oh gosh. Undo. No. No. Ah! My camera! Oh no! My camera! It's broken! How do I fix this? How do I fix this? More saturation? Rip face cam. I don't even know what happened. Can I fix this, please? Edit filter. I don't even remember what this was. What if I open this up? Alright. I'm gonna check something here and try to fix it manually. New source, that's it's fine. Better. Alright, we're gonna go filters, edit filters. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Filters, edit filters. Oh, it's the color correction. Oh, wow. I almost don't need color correction. That's actually more accurate. Hey, everybody, this is actually what I look like. What if I do none? There we go. Yeah, I don't need color correction. Who needs color correction? Yo! Hi! Hello! We fixed it. It actually looks better this way. Yeah, for some reason it applied a color correction filter. Alright. Back to the task at hand. My turn. Nice job. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kentucky would make sense, but I do have this small little border right here between me and Missouri, so I think I'm gonna go into Missouri and tackle Missouri. That'd give me full access to Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma. I already have access to Arkansas, but Let's see what the AI thinks. I think last turn I used my tanks, right? Yeah, tanks. So I get my army this turn. Fintopia then focuses on Missouri, crossing over the Mississippi River and charging with their army, charging with their army to take it over. There we go. Here we go. Let's see how it goes. Thanks to this move, Missouri joins us in our struggle, which will help us unite the region when we need it. Our only problem now is the militia that fights bravely to defend their freedom. At first, Fintopia has no issue fighting them, seeing as them as traitors who deserve what they get. After a brief battle, they lose hundreds of troops, beginning to use momentum. Having realized that there might have been hope left in this war, they pull out of Missouri altogether and return to the capital. So I had it and then lost it! Dang it! I had it! It was in my hands! It was in my grasp! It was right there! Ah, that's sad. That's really, really sad. I had it. I literally had it. Well, that's my turn. I don't get anything out of that one. That's about as straightforward as you can get. Ah, pain. So my empire does not expand, but it is your turn. He was level 25, and the Warden Darn was at level 26. This thing had an encounter to everything I had. Ice attack for my 2 strongest, rock move for everything else. It was grass, and my grass couldn't attack. Oof. Yikes. Alright, well, I'll let you all decide what you would like to do. You have your army back now, since you used nukes last turn. You have your army back. Go ahead and decide what to do. I'm gonna grab something to drink really quick, and I shall return. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Turn 5, have my team was in the red. Oof. Try taking Nevada again? Alright, that's an idea. Take more of the West Coast. Try to take Michigan. Got lots of different ideas. Take everything. How are you not dead? Okay. Alright. So yeah, you could take Nevada. You could take Michigan. Annex Texas and start with... Oh, wait. So you could do Michigan since you have the connection right here. You could also do Minnesota. You could do Nevada. You can do British Columbia, and I think this is this is Saskatchewan. You could do Manitoba. Might continue to complain, but I'd say Michigan. That's fine. That's fine. We got 2 for Michigan by the sounds of it. So Michigan it is. Are you gonna try to like come down here and cut me off again? Y'all are ruthless. Alright. Michigan is next in the sights of... How many times do I have to kill you? In the sights of the Chaos Stand Empire. Why would you think that? Oh, I don't know. Michigan is next in the sights of the Chaos Stand Empire. The Empire sends its full army into the state to in an attempt. Michigan next in the sights of sends its full army into Detroit in an attempt to secure it for the Empire. There you go. On the way, the Imperial force is attacked by the remaining soldiers that survived the battle in Kansas and Ohio. Whoa! Ohio was my fight! As they begin their retreat, the commander of the Legion loses hope and considers the likelihood of their continued survival as he watches half of his troops run towards the enemy positions ahead. His second in command, Kailas Khan, gives him an idea that just may save everything, but also give their attackers an upper hand. It's a desperate decision and one they've tried before with disastrous results, but nothing else left to lose. The Legion takes up position outside the city gates and prepares themselves for the inevitable storm of bullets to come from behind. What none realize until the end, though, is that it's merely a distraction for the real assault on the center of the base. In a short while, all but 6 remaining legionaries will be taken out of action and fall back inside the walls. Unfortunately, they'll find their own ammunition supplies completely drained. But what most do not know is that 3 members of the squad are carrying thousands of rounds each within their pockets under their coats. Oh, this is interesting. Put my water type to buy some time. I realized that they wouldn't live intact, so I baited the razor leaf with my Pidoo. Ooh. We aren't trying to start a war with you. With these new weapons, the Legion turns the tides immediately after losing their formation during the first salvo and puts their minds back together, regaining complete control of this situation in minutes. Those few men who were unable to keep up get cut down mercilessly once they're discovered. Those who remained would eventually return home to a hero's welcome, much like the ones they received only days ago. However, they continue on. Their orders are to hold an area for as long as possible, while the remainder of the fleet would descend upon the place from above. Okay, I still don't know what. In only 27 hours, the first wave of ships sets off from Florida. Why do they keep going to Florida? For their objective, 258 vessels consisting of battleships and cruisers start their journey across the Atlantic Ocean towards their destination. In case anything goes wrong, there will always be another option available. The last of them set out past the Bermuda Triangle, the fighting will reach its peak. That's when it comes to decide who's going to rule America. Okay, we are just going to completely wipe this out and start fresh. We're starting fresh. Just give us Florida. The AI never said you had Florida. That you, like, obtained Florida. It just keeps referencing Florida. I think we got Kansas. No, it says Kansas and Ohio fight. I have Ohio. During this period, there's young general having learned his skills during the last invasion of Mexico. The Federation Army... Okay, we're getting a little too specific here. Michigan begin to build roads across the city and transport food from farms nearby into cities where residents will be fed until they either starve or are forcibly removed by the new regime. Michigan also has ties to the rest of the United States, so it's vital to be more territory under the chaos and control as fast as possible before they realize what the Emperor is trying to accomplish there. Meanwhile, New York and Washington, D.C. continue to argue among each other about the nature of the recent treaty with Great Britain. Okay, we're gonna remove that. Michigan begin to build foods. Yeah, removed by the new regime. You are the new regime. Congratulations, you have Michigan. You have Michigan. I hate that I have to keep going until there's like a definite response, but oh well. Congrats on Michigan. You basically have control over, if you get just a couple more states, you have full control over the Great Lakes, more or less. That is so crazy. You have access to all the Great Lakes. So crazy. Give us Florida! Well, fine then. If you guys get Florida, I get Kentucky. Because it said a couple times that I invaded Kentucky. That I went through Kentucky and Fort Knox. Nope, then you guys don't get it either. But you do get the point for Michigan. Congrats. Lived out with its randomized ability. It meant that it would always attack last. And then I made a mistake. I swapped into my other water type. Oh, rip. That's never fun. So I have this little thing called Circle, and basically you have this little canister that's put in, and it does flavor without having to go into the water. You can just set a dial and it gives you the flavor. Okay. Well, it's my turn. Part of me wants, just to spite you guys, to stop my march east, or west, stop my march west, and to go and get Florida. Just so I can have Florida and you guys can't. I could easily do it. I could go down into Georgia and then take Florida. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that just to spite you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, I don't care. It's mostly for the people chanting that they want Florida. Okay. After the failed assault in Missouri, Florida, Fintopia aims south into Georgia. With the full might of the heavy tanks, they roll into the state. We have Brazil and Puerto Rico. Not in this. They're just additional like people that you can reference. They don't count towards your score or anything. After advancing quickly, they find themselves stuck trying to hold off a small group of fighters at Dalton, Georgia. This causes them great difficulty holding on to the state, and all heck breaks loose as counterattack comes from Georgia militia. Taking heavy losses, Fintopia retreats to Chattanooga and regroups their forces. Now realizing the military prowess of the militia, they order another wave of tanks to hit Atlanta, while most of the rest of the soldiers retreat to protect Richmond. That same day, the Navy launches a series of strikes on all enemy ports that they deem important, including one that hits Charleston. Ooh. South Carolina. 2 days later, an entire squadron of bombers wipes out the city and everything with it, killing thousands instantly due to this. morale dropped significantly among defenders of Columbia and Richmond, forcing the southern states to officially accept peace terms dictated by Fintopia. In exchange for forgiveness, the federal government plans to revoke martial law and give the southern states its rights of sovereignty again. Okay, we don't need the American Dream thing. There we go. Okay. Does that mean I get both Charleston, or I get both South Carolina and Georgia? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like there was initial retreat, but then they came back. They wiped out South Carolina and Georgia. Under my terms. We only got one state when fighting 3. Alright, let's take a look at yours. Where was that? Where was that? Puerto Rico and Brazil aren't states. You got 2 with Cascadia. You got 2 with Cascadia. Then you got Michigan, which is technically 2 states. Upper and Lower Peninsula. I'm looking. I'm not seeing where it was. Here's the failure. Nevada. Yeah. All I'm seeing here is that I didn't give you Puerto Rico and Brazil, but that's because they're not on the map. All right, I'm giving myself South Carolina and Georgia because I can. Then you guys have one more turn. I think we'll call it a stream. We'll definitely do this again. I really haven't followed. Why is Brazil involved with this? The AI said Brazil was involved. So think about what you want. Oh, undo. Edit, undo. There we go. So I get Georgia. There we go. So I've surrounded North Carolina, but I haven't taken North Carolina. I have the perfect way to end this stream. Oh dear. Because that will put me up to 8. That gives me 8 points. We're gonna nuke Philadelphia. Oh, you could, and that would give you a point if you took over. Pennsylvania, because they would subtract a point from me and give you a point, and you would win round 1, so to speak. Oh, you totally could. Oh, I'm nervous now. I'm actually nervous now. Here's what it looks like. Here's what the map looks like. Everything is surrounding North Carolina. For some reason, North Carolina is not a part of the Empire yet. That could be easily annexed, though. Like once we get to that point. Let the chaos begin. You want to nuke them? All right, we'll nuke them. All right, we're gonna copy that. Alrighty. Not music speed up. Where's Fed said that? I let the chaos begin. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's making me. Well, hey y'all, totally didn't forget you were streaming or anything. Oh, hey, don't ask. You are missing. You missed out on a lot of the chaos. This is what it looks like. You guys are the Red Empire. I'm the Blue Empire. You're missing out on. Literally, you all are about to nuke Philadelphia and try to take it from me. Oh, we're fighting? Yes! Alright. Well, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what the AI has to say about that. Alrighty. As a show of force to the rival empire of Fintopia, Chaos Stan didn't matter as my soul link partner color starter. Oh, rip. My inner pyromaniac is interested. Chaos Stan decides to use a nuke on Philadelphia and then take over Pennsylvania. Alright, let's see how this goes. As a show of force to the rival empire of Fintopia, Chaos Stan decides to use a nuke on Philadelphia and take over Pennsylvania. It turns out they were actually able to avoid using one right away for the time being, but do use the radiation fallout to destroy Pennsylvania while continuing to expand eastward to the Canadian border. However, even with small force deployed to maintain occupation, there comes word of nuclear explosion in California! Disgruntled rebel groups all across the country start launching strikes on civilian areas around the nation, unaware that the government knows who did it and intends to retaliate with equal fury. Now fully aware how serious the situation is, the United Nations calls upon to direct action. I'm just going to finish the sentence. Calls upon the Imperial military to take direct action. Oh my gosh. You got Pennsylvania from me, but you lost California to rebel groups. We've caused a civil war. Oh my gosh. So you stole you stole undo paint bucket. So I actually need a pencil or something. Pen tool. We'll just use this. Put it down to 1 pixel. Whack. Zoom in. The borders here. There we go. That's the best it's gonna get. Alright. Bruh. So you successfully got Pennsylvania, congratulations. But you've lost California to a rebel group. So you've lost California. How you've done that, I have no idea. Oh my gosh. That would have been your access into, like, Arizona and whatnot. So you have to retake California your next turn. Should we keep going? Because now it's 7-7 because you stole state from me. So... you all want to keep going? You all want to keep going? Here, I'm also going to, like... It's just got good. You can take Nevada. Yeah, you could take Nevada. You could take Nevada from Oregon. You're way too tired to keep going. Well, it looks like most people want to keep going. That's okay, Racing Fan. The Empire shall continue forward. Up point. We've lost twice to Nevada already. Yeah, that is true. You've lost to Nevada twice already. Let's see how to control that section. Move up, move right to go forward, yeah. That is the end. I did as well as I could. And that's all I think most people can ask from you. I shouldn't have given control to my soul partners. They were the ones who sent the do. Oof. Then take Idaho. Take out Idaho. We want the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, I was gonna say half your empire is over, like, on the east side. Half your empire is Cascadia. That's it. Yeah. We have all this area westward to expand. It is my turn, though. So we've lost Pennsylvania. Surround the countries we want, then take. Surround and annex. That's kind of what I'm going to do with North Carolina right now. Is I'm going to try to take North Carolina. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Having surrounded North Carolina, Fintopia sends a letter to them stating that they want to add them to the Empire. There we go. I'm not going to use my army or anything like that. I'm just going to go for it. Sending them a letter. A meeting is held between both parties in Baltimore, where they discuss terms thoroughly and sign the contract right away! Once done, they head directly south to Georgia. I already have Georgia. Let's see here. Oh, story detection in the account settings. Where is... Alright. You got 2 states again. I did? Wait, what? Already, some bloody fighting around Macon. The Eastern Front is nearly wiped out. I haven't seen this. Their president orders the remaining loyalists to retreat. Quickly sending every ship they own towards Florida to retake the last few towns. Facing serious defeat, they decide to finally concede. But their commander receives word that he'll be given complete amnesty by the Empire if he surrenders immediately. I got 2 states. Yes! I got 2 states. Let's go. Let's go. Bruh. Bruh, indeed. I'll take 2 states. There's North Carolina, and there's Florida. It's looking so good. Look at this empire I'm building. Finn is actually cheating. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to, you have your army back. It is your turn now. So, you could take Manitoba. You could technically go west into, like, New Brunswick, I think. Any of these New England states you have access to now. You could try to eat into my empire. We take Idaho. And the east has more people IRL. We'll look at the map right now. Yeah, I was gonna say, the map is looking quite spicy. The map do be looking spicy, though. So we have 1 for California, 1 for Idaho. If you're looking at any of these western, you can do British Columbia, Idaho, Nevada, or California, or any of these out east. I want to attack the rebel groups in California. Looks like about like the IRL most population. Yeah. I got Florida to spite you guys. Oh. Great. I love it. California's a long state, bro. Honestly, you all took out from New York. You took out all of Ontario from New York, and it's the AI. When you had California, the AI gave you Connecticut. Anything's possible. Or you could try to take out one of my states again. Just try to eat into my empire. Okay, Cali again. Take California, Nevada, and Texas for whatever reason. Yeah, it just gives you this and then Texas. Just skips Arizona and New Mexico entirely. Alright, sweet, you guys want California? You have your army, you just want to march into California? Or do you want to do, like, letter or anything special? To try to convince them? Border states, I guess. Alright, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty. California's infested with rebel groups. Okay. To retake California and to stomp out the rebellions. Chaos Stan sends in their army to wipe out the rebel groups. Does that sound good? Nebraska is good if you want food for your population military base with a bunker for the president. True. Hey, want an alliance or something? Hey. Hey. Like jazz. Alright. Sounds good. Here we go. To retake California and stop out the rebellions, Chaos Sand sends their army to wipe out the rebel groups. With the aid of antimatter bullets and several bombs and shipping containers, the majority of the resistance is wiped out and the last remnants are forced to flee north until their eventual demise. As the last survivors of what North America struggle against an enemy no one expected, it's left up to a few civilians that have remained and were fortunate enough not been taken hostage by the rebels or worse. These civilians organize themselves in small bands and meet together weekly just south of San Francisco, communicating with each other via radio during the days and plotting strategy behind closed doors at night. Holy cow! You got two points. Cause you now have antimatter bullets and you got California back. Bombs, you already have nukes. So I'm not counting that. Oh my gosh. But you got California and antimatter bullets. Now you can use antimatter bullets as... Oh my gosh. We also have radio. No, the radio is for the survivors. The radio has the survivors. I'm not going to count that. I'm only counting things that you can use to, like, attack. You can't really attack with radio. Alrighty. Oh, I just gave you Nevada. Alright. Undo. Edit. Undo. I need to fix the border here really quickly. There we go. Hopefully that should be enough to fix this section. Alright. Get on screen. And paint bucket. Boom. Yeah, that's better. Okay, you got California back. You got intercept radio communications. Yeah, true. I think any amount of bomb is stronger than a nuke. You got any matter bullets. The end, a level 23 copy named 420 Blaze It, and a level 24 Bayleaf named Dirtface are the only survivors. Dirtface! Gotta love Dirtface. Oh goodness. Okay, well now it's my turn. You guys got California back. So not... you have a irradiated Pennsylvania and California. You learn how to make antimatter bullets. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to one-up that? I think the only logical thing to do is to start moving west. Might as well be explosive bullets. Yeah, I know, right? Could rebuild, but not necessarily for real. Want to pull? Hey, is that a? Yeah. It's my turn though. It's my turn. Don't ask. Let me have a turn. I don't know. I'm not feeling like confrontation with you all right now is appropriate. I would love to retake Pennsylvania, but I don't think that's feasible right now. I think it would probably be smart to move west. Imagine having a turn, yeah, for real. We'll replay that there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Alabama. I think I'm gonna attack Alabama. Let's see how that goes. Alright. Next on Fintopia's list is to take over the state of Alabama for their I don't know. State of Alabama. State of Alabama. So last turn I just used a letter. So I have my tanks and my army. I think I will use just my army this time around. The army lines up on the border with would be Georgia, I think. Yeah, the border with Georgia. And rushes in to Birmingham. There we go. Can't justify a war against Nevada again. It's literally, it's 80% a wasteland. How have you not beaten it yet? Here they face resistance from a small army and have to settle things down before anything else accomplished. Moving forward, their next goal is Florida. I already have Florida. Having sent 2 armies against the state, they end up taking it. Using their superior numbers, they crush the remnants of Florida militia. They proceed further south past Mobile to regain the Gulf Coast. From here, they invade Texas and make rapid gains until they meet resistance near Houston. Okay, so do I have Texas then? Did I just skip like most of the Gulf states and get Texas? Because I got the Gulf Coast that I already had in Florida, and then it says I invaded Texas. It makes sense. I could go across the Gulf of Mexico. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. The militias held their own and forced Philadelphia back towards lack of manpower. Heading eastward, they bogged down. Once more at New Orleans, however, being told not to give up the fight, they pushed onwards to Lafayette and Baton Rouge. At each location, they use their armor and weaponry to inflict casualties upon their foes. Seeing how desperate the situation seems to be, the president demands surrender with several conditions before the negotiations. Any negotiations will continue. Outrage, he tries to commandeer their ships without approval so they can board them all together, causing him to flee the scene. That sounds like I have Louisiana. If you don't give me Texas, I want Louisiana. Because I have 3 of their major cities. Lafayette, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans. I feel I should at least get Louisiana. Because it sounds like the president... Yeah, I was going to say, I'll at least get Louisiana. Yeah, I won't take Texas, but I at least get Louisiana. Alright. So, let's... That's what my empire looks like right now. I mean, that makes sense. I could, like, hop over here, meet resistance, get forced back, and take over the state. That makes sense. Because this is all water right here. I mean, you guys got Connecticut from California, so it's only fair that I get Louisiana from Florida. Alright. Well, now it's your all's turn. That puts me up to 10. Alright, what do you all want to do? Just send a letter to Arizona and call it a day. Just send a letter. Just be like, hey, you want to join? Nevada smile. Winky winky. We get Nevada. 3rd time's the charm. What does everybody want? We have 1 for Arizona. We have 1 for Nevada. Because this is the last turn. This is the last turn. 5 pride flags in my row. Hey, let's go. Already ruined my dignity for Nevada. We've been embarrassed twice by Nevada. So we've got a split vote right now. Very interested and intrigued. Nevada. Tell you what, if you guys do Nevada, I'll give you another turn if you successfully get Nevada. We have 2 votes for Nevada now. We'll nuke them. I think you just used your army last turn, right? Let's see. Last turn... Yeah, you just used your army, so yeah, you could nuke Nevada. You could nuke Nevada. Alright, let's see how it goes. Alright. After successfully retaking California, Chaos Stan, the people of Chaos Stan feel more confident and wish to take over a state that has avoided them for a long time. Nevada. Nevada. This time, with nukes on their side, they drop nuke on Las Vegas and Reno in hopes that Nevada will surrender quickly. Alright, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Instead, with nearly half their population killed in the blast, the people decide to fight back by destroying whatever they can be destroyed by any means necessary. In what appears to be retaliation, the Empire strikes San Diego next. The firestorm that results razes the entire southern half of California to the ground. A swift counterattack was sent westward, and 3 battles occur simultaneously. Reno, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. Unfortunately for the Empire, though, these cities seem to be too far from the Pacific Ocean to suffer similar disasters, instead taking only slight damage in comparison. Both sides call for ceasefires to take place so troops on both sides can regroup after multiple casualties have occurred. Although many rebel commanders lose their lives in the battle, some manage to survive and hold out longer than others. Some fall short of food or shelter and give up, while most flee to the desert for safety. Once winter hits, supplies dry up and soon none are left. Having already made plans, Chaos Stand seizes the opportunity and crosses the Mojave River, where there are tons of abandoned cars left behind by those fleeing. Oh no. They easily used to build makeshift trucks and armored vehicles for the Imperial Army, which now starts to advance down the length of California. On the flip side, some civilians decided to join forces with the rebels against the Empire. When news reaches them that California's rebellion may be lost, after discussing the plan and forming a united front, thousands of surviving citizens sign contracts pledging to help out, drive out the Empire if need be. One group manages to escape capture and make it back to San Francisco to initiate massive evacuation of the people across the country, south along the coast of Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and eventually Utah, before moving further inland towards Wyoming and Colorado. While they succeed in escaping the war zone, it's defeating itself and does little else beyond giving the remaining rebels hope that perhaps they might win this long-awaited battle. For those citizens that remain, the battle begins again near Sacramento. Did we win? I don't know. I think it's still going on. A bomb destroys the town's defenses. Only 2 soldiers stand between the rebels and the fortification. One must get reinforcements within 5 minutes or Sacramento falls. Unfortunately, all communications are cut off, leaving the soldier and his comrades. Okay, this is starting to go on and on. We'll re-roll this. That was very... So that's an alt timeline. That's an alt timeline. It was dragging on too long, so we need a more definitive response. After failing to find any willing surrenderers, Chaos Stand now plans to make more frequent use of nukes. They also consider bringing back some of the old strategies, like deploying secret agents and couriers to transmit sensitive information throughout the land. Their propaganda machine has already started broadcasting information about the great empire of Chaos Stand and spreading rumors. Using these methods, they hope to brainwash people from all walks of life into accepting the new emperor in his reign. Meanwhile, a former member of the New World Order gets sent to California from Washington, D.C. with orders to eliminate any potential enemies that can't be easily eliminated directly through conventional means. Back in Detroit, Michigan prepares itself for the inevitable confrontation with the newly invigorated Imperial Army. They sent their militia out to face the invading forces and set off an EMP bomb to recover their retreat. During the invasion, many parts of the city were destroyed, including major bridges and power plants to regain their supply route. Michigan decides to dig up highways near Flint, but the construction crews discover a cache of nuclear warheads buried beneath the road surface. You just got more nukes. Hearing of this discovery, the remaining rebels try to warn the public. Oh my gosh. I just want to know if they got Nevada or not. Okay. Please, just tell me whether or not Nevada surrenders. Sadly, a few bombs don't really help in getting someone to turn over their heart to you. Instead of doing anything wrong, Nevadans decide they should fight back, causing tensions to rise high in Sin City. Eventually, the rebels make it far enough for the Empire to respond with their full army. To save the population, Governor Nichols tries to get everyone inside the casinos and hotels for protection against the overwhelming number of soldiers. Chaos reigns everywhere in Nevada. Even though most rebels got killed off the moment Empire arrived, pockets of people still survive throughout the desert. Congratulations, you just got Nevada. Chaos reigns. That's the definitive response I'm looking for. Oh, that's glorious. Okay, so you all got Nevada after repeating Embarrassed 4 times. 2 of those were alt history. There you go. Congratulations, you got Nevada. Oh my gosh. Well, you get an extra turn because I promised you an extra turn. You technically have more nukes. Alright, chat. You have one more turn. What do you want to do? We sent Arizona a note. Let's ask Arizona. Showing off Nevada as a sign of strength. Okay. Rain antimatter bullets from space. Okay, hang on. With Nevada finally under their belt, Chaos Stan sends a letter to Arizona demanding they join the Empire or face extinction with face nuclear extinction or the full might of the new antimatter bullets in their arsenal. Okay. We used nukes last turn. You did use nukes last turn. Or face similar extinction or the full extinction as Nevada, or face the full might. There we go. Because you haven't used your antimatter bullets, so I just said similar extinction. There we go. Let's see how this goes. Rather than answer, Arizona threatens to launch a nuke onto the city of Phoenix if it doesn't fall under Imperial rule soon. With no choice, the Empire responds with one of their own in retaliation for a threat made. In true chaos style, however, another group of scientists sent a virus into the control room and rendered the nuclear missile inert, saving the lives of millions, including that of Governor Nichols and his family. But the question remains, did they achieve their goal or lose many valuable assets? So Arizona threatened to nuke itself if they weren't brought under control, under your guys' control. It's like, you better do it quick or I'll shoot, you know? Like, literally, read that again. Arizona threatens to launch a nuke onto Phoenix if it doesn't fall under the Imperial rules too. Yeah, you saved Arizona from itself. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you? The Empire responds with one of their own. So you guys were like, oh, you're gonna shoot yourself? Not if I shoot you first, is essentially what happened. And then another group of scientists sent a virus into the control room and rendered the nuclear missile inert. So basically both... Oh. And the question remains, did they achieve their goal or just lose stuff? Oh my gosh. Well, let's find out. What does the AI say? That's something we may find out later. Nevada was lost in the first week. Washington is next to fall. No, okay. We'll just enter. Start a new line. South American Asian. No. Alright, I'm gonna have to remove the question here. Because it's just trying to... Did we win? I don't know, we'll find out here. We have Brazil already. Arizona has decided to join Chaos Stand. Not wanting to risk the lives of any of its citizens, the Empire is quick to end the violence there. Some parts of Texas remain divided to this day, however, making it difficult to completely quell them since they usually hide out in the woods and deserts of the region. Most towns in Central America seem happy to join the Empire. Not that it matters. Mexico itself never really much cared about fighting among neighboring countries anyway, so it does nothing but accept the Empire's demands with open arms. You guys just got Mexico. I'll say New Mexico. How about that? I'll give you New Mexico as well. There you go. So you have Arizona and New Mexico. Instead of going south across the border. We get Mexico. You don't... The map doesn't even have Mexico on it. It cuts off right here. Do you not want New Mexico? The AI has spoken. It says New Mexico right here. It says New Mexico. You should have put Mexico to be honest. We already have Brazil, Puerto Rico. That's not on there either. That's not anywhere on here, and it doesn't count towards your points. I'm trying to give you guys points. Make one. Oh, New Mexico? Yeah, I was gonna say, we give you New Mexico. There you go, enjoy. Fine. Congratulations, you got 12 points. Good job. If we have Brazil, we get Mexico. Was that canon? Was that canon? I need to make sure that was canon. Yeah. Yep, you do have Puerto Rico and Brazil. According to Brazil. You chose the two colors that relate to politics. Yeah, I probably should have thought about that ahead of time. Oh well. This is there's nothing in there. I'm just vibing in the room that launches news. Oh goodness. And your empire is still completely disconnected, by the way. Mine, yeah, I have this little enclave with the... I could go into Mississippi and connect it, but here you have like an entire continent separating your to take over the plains. Well, you have access to Oklahoma now and Texas. That's really scary. That you have access to Texas. I have access to Texas too, through Louisiana, but the fact that you have like such good access here. You have Four Corners. You have Idaho. You have all this access point up here, and you have New England pretty much surrounded. So that's actually really scary. Top row of Canada is take over Alaska while you have it. You can also take over Hawaii too. Epic boss battle. You guys already dropped a nuke on Philadelphia when I had control. I had control of Pennsylvania, and then you dropped a nuke on Philadelphia and took over. And you got antimatter bullets. Here I'm sitting with tanks, and you have antimatter bullets. Starting with the one above Oregon, with Washington? Oh, like you got Oregon, then Washington, then you've got British Columbia right here. Is that what you're talking about? Getting this one, and then kind of working your way across. If you cut all the way through here, you've pretty much secured this whole section up here for yourself. Because you would cut me off from Canada pretty much entirely unless I go through you. Yeah. Dropped a nuke on Philadelphia, lost California, but then got it back and then gained 3 southwestern states, yeah. Party has a deal with the US, let's not get them invaded for a second time. True. You guys are the only ones to have any Canadian provinces. So. Well, Everyone, I think we have come to the end of this stream. That was a lot of fun. What do you all think? I know it was very much chaos. Try to take Quebec and the French takeover. Yeah, you could try to take Quebec. But yeah, what do you all think? What was that great? Was that fun? Did you all enjoy it? Like legitimately? I know it's different. I know it's different than what we've done in the past. Only here for the last 10 minutes. No, you were here for a lot longer than that. You were here for like 30 minutes. Is it infinite against one? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, y'all, like, I was in the lead for a while until I gave you like extra turns. If I didn't give you extra turns, you probably wouldn't have taken over Arizona and New Mexico. We probably would be tied. It's fun as long as I'm in control. Well, I will save that Photoshop file. Save. Just on computer, please. Thank you. U.S. Canada. I'll just call it USA Canada. There we go. Save. Yeah, whatever. I can't even save. I can't even save. Okay. Well, that's okay. I'll rebuild it next time. Because I can always come back and reference this later. So, anyway, that was fun. I really enjoyed it. Next time you start with 2 turns. Okay. Fair enough. Make a note of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one here. I want to do more streams like this where it's just chaos and there's not really necessarily any games involved. Like, obviously, I'll still do games and gaming stuff, but I just want it to be chaos. That's what I want to. That's what I want to do now. Is I just want to have pure chaos all the time. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Got games on your phone? I wish. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, also go onto the Discord, because I typically post there before I do anything on the channel. Again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'm Finyapo, signing off. Take care, everybody. We'll see you guys, probably tomorrow. We'll see. Either tomorrow or Thursday. Take care.